Alright, so this is my melee build that I'm currently playing as in the New World. So first we look at our attributes. We have basically 50-50 split, strength and con. Main reason for this being the 250 strength passive is currently bugged, and it ruins any, I guess, animation canceling that you could do for like all skills. I think I can... Do I have? Yes, strength goes. So let's go up real quick. Yeah, it has strength as well. Okay, so 250 strength. We have our passive now. This thing. So normally when you're attacking with Reap, we'll do the regular Reap first. So 245 strength. So we do this skill and go. I can immediately get right at past it. You know, there's a little bit of a delay at the end, and you know that's fine. And then we'll check clear out as well, because it's another egregious offender of this bug. So we clear out, and then we can go into the next. We can move on and do other things. So now we go to 250 strength, and I'm spamming the shift key. You see that huge delay at the end? That's ridiculous. It's the full authored animation that you just sit through. Same with this skill. It's as if you... I think Path of Destiny also does it. So let's see. No, Path of Destiny I can animation out of it, which is cool. And now it's those two skills, and that is a major issue. There's some other... Oh, here. This one's pretty funny. Whenever it's off cooldown. But anyway, as for the attributes, so for now, below 250 strength, and then as much con as I can get. In the future, I want 300 strength and like 150 con, maybe 200 if I can hit it. So I basically just want to get 50 more constitution, or 50 more strength, and that would be my pretty much endgame build. As far as the weapons go, right now we're just Warhammer Greataxe. It's the only decent combo for melee, really. I want to level Spear up next. I don't really like Hatchet. It just doesn't... It's got really good damage, but that's basically it. The Feral Rush is kind of really difficult to land, so I don't use it much. Berserk is obviously good. Raging Torrent's obviously good, big damage. And maybe one of the throwing skills, I don't know. In the betas I tried Hatchet and I wasn't really feeling it. Sword and Shield, no-brainer, just doing tank stuff. You can pause the video, I'm not going to sit on this screen too much, but it's mainly all the defensive passives. 4 skills, actually. My Warhammer is the same, and I'll get back to that in a sec. But I use Leaping Strike for PvP, and Defiant Stance for PvE. And yeah, I don't even take any of the last passives. As nice as Leadership is, but I don't want to get the offensive passive, so I just kind of say screw it and get 4 skills so I can swap them whenever I need to, whenever I'm out of combat or whatever. Greataxe is, you know, the 3 actually useful skills. Reap, Charge, Gravity Well. All the left side passives to obviously get Bloodlust. The Greataxe is basically unplayable without it, because... Well, no, you can kind of charge towards people whenever you're left clicking, but regardless, Bloodlust is a no-brainer to keep up with the light armor users. All the passives are good, critical rate and heal and self-healing. And then the right side, heavy pull. I kind of want to switch this passive with the left side for getting stamina randomly. This is pretty cool. I most likely will switch to this, so ignore these two. And then you have the Enduring Strike, because we have to get this, actually, to get this, the next few skills. And then the Gravity to hold people for slightly longer after Gravity ends. Warhammer, we are going with the left side tree for most of our points, and then the right side for the actual skills we're using, which is kind of funny. Although, I kind of want to try Aftershock. I don't use Gavel as much as I used to. I was using it a bunch because it's kind of like a giant Mario skill. It's fucking hilarious. Look at this shit. Bonk. And bonk. And the second hit is really good. 200% weapon damage, and my Warhammer does right now 1300. With this Pepega not even 300 strength. It's a lot. Regardless, I might move my passes all to here to get Aftershock. 20% slow for 4 seconds, and they're basically always getting hit by Path of Destiny if they're not dodging past it, so that's pretty goddamn good. And then you have like just random passives to get to that last one. This passive, Power Through Pain, is very cool as well. 35% extra damage for the next hit, basically. So if me and another melee are just duking it out, I just do... it's a lot of damage. And I've also been leveling up mage stuff, because as you'll see with my gear, I am not going to just be a two-handed monkey melee. So as far as the gear goes, it's pretty straightforward. So for all of my constitution, I am mainly getting that from the armor. Let's put on my regular armor real quick. That and that. So we have constitution on the helmet, the higher end faction armor pieces. It's no brainer, it's full con, which I want. Same for the gloves, just some random thing, pure con, pants, pure con, boots, pure con. And that gives me more or less all of my constitution, minus these extra points I have to put in until they fix strength. This one, and this one, and this one. So as far as the actual weight class, the helmet and the chest are heavy. Mainly because it looks cool. Nice green helmet. The gloves medium, the boots medium, and the legs light. Why I've done this is because right now I'm at the highest possible medium category, which is what you want for the most defense. You can hop around, do your thing, and kill a rabbit. Sorry, guy. And then, when I want to chase a light armor user, or run fast, I just take off my chest plate. And I lose no damage because my chest only has pure constitution. And I am only a little bit less defense than your typical light armor user. Because actually, with this current build, because I'm still 200 con, I have 800 physical, which is more than a light armor user normally has, because they don't really spec too deep into con for the most part. Some do, but whatever, that's just preference. So yeah, now I can be light armor as well as heavy armor if I need to be. Or medium armor, not heavy. So that's very nice. As far as the gem goes, obviously you can see I've got emeralds everywhere. That gives me 32% thrust reduction. And that'll go a little higher once I get better accessories that I'm gonna be sitting with for a long time, and then put the pristine emeralds into. Yeah, for the weapons, they're just some random free stuff. This is the 200 mastery weapon. It's not really that good. It's gear score, raw damage, cool. Gonna be replacing it with something with crit rate soon. I'm leveling up weaponsmithing for that specific reason, so I can make my own bound super Greataxe, and probably a Warhammer too, but we'll see. There's a few cool Warhammers that spawn in the world, but yeah. Gear back to, we have this Lifebreaker. It's also, again, just some random quest reward. This 9 dex, which is unfortunate, but the Sunring Shockwave is very strong. For sort of my endgame build, I really want to get this on one of my pieces. If not, like, the weapon, maybe an armor piece that I can just switch out and put on real quick. That's pure con, and instead of luck, it'll be Sundering Shockwave or something, because that's definitely one of the strongest skills for Warhammer. It's a huge telegraph, but if you hit it, you can do anything. Bonk him in the head, you hit him with this, and charge. I don't know. Bunch of little combos you can do when they're 20% taking 20% more damage. Pretty nice. Accessories, I wanted to get away from this quest accessory because as nice as it is, I wanted to get the thrust damage because there's a lot of archers and rapier users out there, and yeah, this is like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% thrust on this necklace alone, which has fairly comparable stats. We were trying to get health, and I did get a health and thrust protection earring necklace, jeez, but it had like focus and con, so we gave that to one of the healers in the guild. So that's cool. And yeah, that brings me up to here. If I use this necklace, I gain 600 health, which is big, but I lose 9% thrust damage, so I'm at 25%. So I kind of just keep both of these on me, and I just swap between them, kind of whatever I feel like at the moment. The Infinity Crystal also gives me a lot more strength, so I do more damage. And yes, I also have 2 different rings that are basically identical. You have the Memory of Antonio in the beginning, which gives either slash or strike damage. Otherwise, they're the same, and this one's a little weaker, obviously, but the 5%-ish damage rounded up is pretty good. Beginning comes from Reekwater, the elite dungeon, and Memory of Antonio comes from some ghost on a hill above Morningdale to the northeast, which is nice. We got the Ill-Gotten Gains earring that comes from a cave. I'll just mark it on the map, that's actually easier. Right here, exactly right there, there's a guy that spawns something Herald, like, I don't know, mine supervisor. He drops this earring. The beginning ring comes from something here. I think there's two named in the bosses here we like to rotate on, and that's where the ring comes from, the beginning ring. Antonio drops, the Antonio ring drops right here. Yeah, those are my accessories. The armor, you know, these boots came from, I honestly, I don't know. I forget where these came from, but they're quite nice. And there's a couple other pure... So what I wanted to do with the whole Constitution only for my armor is kind of difficult because a lot of medium armor, there's like no pure con versions, like named items. But because this is a named preset item, and it had pure con, so I kind of went with it once I got it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. There's, I think, one or two other boots I could have gotten, but eh. The gloves, I have to craft them or get some random drop stuff. Like this is something I bought off the auction house, like 200 gold. Not bad. And in the future, I'll either craft my own 600 gear score gloves with pure con and hopefully decent rolls, or I'll figure it out. And same for the light pants, because getting pure con on light gear is not super common. And I got lucky because I use shield rush a lot when I'm doing the tanking stuff, so that's cool. And then you have the faction gear, obviously. Eventually, I want to replace this with Void Bent Plate because it's the same pure con, and it has, I think, some kind of CC reduction stuff, which is cool. Yeah, my bags are ass. Eventually, I'll fix those. I want to get pure luck on them all so I can get more loot because I'm a loot bandit. And yeah, as far as consumables, you know, all that shit. Simple food, health potion, regeneration potion, and I kind of switched this out. These fire potions are great. They do. I'll just drink one. They do 25% fire absorption for 30-something seconds, so that's really nice when you're fighting a fire mage, because they chunk you. Hopefully they add ice absorption potions in the future, because ice mages are arguably a lot stronger at fighting melee than fire, but those don't even exist in the game, which is cool. Or I'll use a second food, so I can eat one food, then eat the second food, and double stack, because that's pretty broken. So now I can have... can I hover over that, please, game? Whatever. Two food healings, and that works. Yeah, as far as the food goes, I use carrot cakes because they're really, really cheap to make. Once you get them, it's like you need literally carrots and some lower end food. There's no rare legendary food you need to make. So very good for food. And if you can't get that, get Supreme Amulets. They're pretty cheap to make as well. For some reason, don't use eggs. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah. And that is literally it for what I'm currently playing as in this cute video game. So, see, right now I am only 200 strength, 220 con with this build, but with this carrot cake, I can get back to 223. And then 238 with this better necklace, but also slightly worse. I don't know, it's weird. Yep, that is it. Thank you for watching this shitty little video, and I will see you guys when I make more videos killing people. See ya.